And we're going to start where we left off at yesterday, chapter 5. Losing focus on the goal, financial freedom. Matter of fact, page 72. The disappearance of these opportunities left a gaping hole in the fabric of American society. As blue-collar jobs dwindled, so did the pathways to the middle class for those without advanced education or specialized skills. This charge marked the beginning of a deepening divide, economic divide that led to a deepening social divide. When you take away someone's opportunity without something substantive to replace it, you take away their hope. And what is left in this place? Resentment and just discontent. Most groups felt the pain of the transition away from a manufacturing based economy, but none more so than lower income whites. They were the ones whose path to the middle class American dream, although blue collar work was destroyed with the loss of job security, stagnating wages, and without the education, financial or otherwise, to pursue other earning streams. Their ability to support their families was undermined. For them, the economic ladder was broken. If you investigate many communities throughout Middle America, especially industrial communities, you begin to see a narrative very similar to the one I saw growing up in Compton. A sustained lack of financial literacy, coupled with the lack of opportunity that invariably leads to a lack of hope and an increase in poverty. This often results in increased crime, increased drug use, and increased domestic abuse, which contribute to an overall decline in family and community life. Conversely, introducing financial literacy and opportunity to these communities offers a new sense of hope and belonging. These communities have been affected by the shifts in the economy, have a way out of poverty both materially and spiritually. It begins with the fixing the broken aspects of capitalism, a major aspect of which is investing in financial literacy. Chapter 5, Losing Focus on the Goal, Financial Freedom. We cannot overlook the staggering transformation in the average American citizen's relationship with money, alongside the transformation of America's economic landscape. But let's get something straight first. The problem has never been spending. In fact, that's what drives our nation forward. The problem has always lain in settling for the illusion of success. What I'm saying is this: we are free to enjoy our money how we want. The occasions, the cars, and the meaningful gifts for loved ones is all part of the beauty of America. But our material possessions in and of themselves are not the American dream. We need to remember that the American dream requires informed, educated spending with the end goal of financial freedom. The economy we know and enjoy today is a product of the post-World War II era, often referred to as the golden age of capitalism. This period has been marked by unparalleled economic growth, higher wages, and increased consumer spending. Look, we all enjoy and should enjoy the fruits of our labor, but as a nation, we dropped the ball in providing the proper safeguards and education on how to responsibly In this new era of abundance and access to capital, it's a vicious cycle that we see again and again throughout the nation's history. Remember the Freeman's Bank. Up until the mid 20th century, the family model in America had men as the primary breadwinners and women relegated to domestic duties. But as the economy shifted, this model became increasingly unsustainable, with the cost of living rising and the aspiration of the American dream expanding. Maintaining a middle class lifestyle began to require two incomes instead of one. Women didn't just enter the workforce, they forged a path, broke barriers, and demanded their rightful place. They took on roles traditionally dominated by men and became a vital part of the economic fabric of the nation. But it wasn't an easy transition into this man's world. Decades later, we still have a gender wage gap here in America, with women earning less and having less access to higher paying jobs than men. And even as they work the same hours as men, women are still expected to shoulder the bulk of household chores and childcare, which is often referred to as the double burden. As women grappled with these challenges, it became clear that the financial literacy was not just important, it was essential for their true freedom in this new economic reality. The introduction of a formal credit system through credit cards began to change the way many Americans operated. Credit cards presented a way to increase buying power. They gave consumers opportunity to make a broader set of financial decisions. This was exciting, life-changing stuff, mostly good, but because of a widespread lack of financial literacy, there's also been a downside. Think of it like this. If you give a teenager with no license and no training a brand new car, what is likely the result? Now think about how different the outcome would be if that same teen were given proper training, practice, and was made to pass a test to certify their driving and road knowledge. The car, and that car, which is in many senses a luxury, is now a tool, an investment. Credit is the same. Many Americans begin using the tool of credit without fully understanding how to wield its power. Much like credit, having increased buying power is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it drives economic growth, innovation, and offers consumers a dazzling array of choices to suit their unique needs. On the other hand, without proper guidance, it can erode financial health and stability. So, this situation we face in the late 20th century was an increase in the desire to buy things and a decrease in the ability to earn, accompanied by an increase in access to powerful financial tools and a decrease in financial literacy. Sadly, as the economic pressures bore down, many were unprepared to face the reality of their economic choices. Without the necessary financial literacy to navigate this complex landscape, too many of us end up burdened by debt, living paycheck to paycheck, with little to no savings for emergencies, let alone retirement. As we were buying into the dream, we were selling out our futures. So we're going to stop right there. And later or tomorrow, we'll be starting chapter 6, The American Dream Referred. And we'll be starting at page 81. Thanks for your time. Make sure y'all like, follow, share, subscribe, all that. The best is here. We go.